Good afternoon, and welcome everybody. Shirley, you caught me there before I even pressed the live button, so welcome. So glad you're here. And welcome to Monday, July 15th, 2024. Can you believe it is the middle of July already? Just seemed like this past week we were celebrating the 4th of July, but here we are, middle of July. So again, welcome. And let's see, you make sure everything's working, and so far it is. I did have to do a little bit of a reset again. Seems like I have to do that every week to reset my my router and the modem, but it's a quick and easy job. So it just happens to be upstairs. So I run up there and do that. So anyway, if you saw the preview, we're going to think winter. Now, I think it's probably about 89 degrees outside right now. I'll be going out a little bit later, so I'll find out. But it is the middle of summer, and we know that we are going to get some heat. So again, Rose, you're welcome. I'm glad you're here. Looking forward to card making. Yes. Let me think. I had some things I was going to say. And I think that's about it. But if you are watching and you're new to my channel, this is Pat Mayer, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And Holly has just joined. Welcome. Thank you. And I am so excited to be here because it's working. So let's get started. I have a quick, easy, and I think really cool card design to show you today. It's one I've been thinking about it. And I've got several samples to show you at the end, and I think you're going to like it a lot. It is called a split card, I guess. And I have a template for that. Welcome, Sharon. Oh, we're all hopping on. That's so good. And I guess I'll just jump right in there and say that that's what it is. It's a split card, which means we're going to split our designer series paper. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about what I'm going to be using today. This is a new set that just launched the beginning of July for customers, and it is in the online store. And hopefully you're getting used to that whole process of the online store. Whoops, pressed the wrong button here. The online store and why we have it. And our catalog comes out in May. It doesn't focus a lot on the holidays and Christmas or even the fall holidays. And this just gives us more of an opportunity to launch things more frequently. So I think by now we're all getting used to it. And I like it. Trouble is, we don't know exactly how long they're going to stay around, but we know that this will be here through the holidays. So this is called Winterly Treetops. And this is the stamp set that coordinates with this. There are dies. There are 9 of them in the set. And there is designer paper that also has these 2 things that can be cut out. So I'm only going to be using like the sending thanks. This is a great thank you card set for the holidays. And these 2 can be found in the designer paper. So let's take a look at that. It is lovely. Love, love, love the birds. So this is the one that I'm going to be using today, and I've cut up a good portion of this to get these 2 die cuts to show you. So let's look at the back of this. This is the back. So I will be using this so that I can use up more of this paper than to jump around and do another one. This is the second one. So you get the birds on the front and you get more of a soft design on the back. I guess this looks like snow. Here's some green. Here's some trees with the birds. And There are birds in here. Maybe you can see that a little bit better that way. But it's a soft color in the back. This one, I think if I pull that out, this is cut like this with this same design at the other end. And actually, I just opened this paper today. And then a very soft look here. These look more like Pussy Willows to me. So I'm going to go with that. And then I love this birch tree look here. I love that. Ooh, there goes the air conditioning. It must be pretty warm upstairs. So, set that aside. Oh, let me go over the colors that are in this because I am changing it up a little bit. We've got some basic black, blueberry bushel, cherry cobbler, coastal cabana, and this is where I'm going to go with pool party instead of the coastal cabana. Maybe you'll see why. Copper clay, crumb cake, daffodil delight, garden green, granny apple green, gray granite, night of navy, pumpkin pie, real red, and shaded spruce. Lovely, lovely colors. So this is the color that I'm using, which is the back side where I've already die cut these lovely birds. We've got this one and this one. Okay. And without even looking at the colors, I just went ahead and cut a piece of pool party. When I hold this up to coastal cabana, it does look good with coastal cabana. But I'm going to go with the pool party because I think that looks better. Oops, let me grab that. With this particular background design. And that's what you can do. You can see what works for you and what you have. So I've got all these cut out. And this was what was left over, so I had a full strip so that I could get 3 pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4. So let me just double check that. 4 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of basic white that is also 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm only going to be using one of these. And then I have my piece of pool party, and I'm going to fold that in half. This is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and instead of scoring it, I just folded it, and that is 4 1/4. Give it a nice crease there. So now let's get to this split card. And I have a lot of samples to show you at the end. I saw when I was researching this and looking around for it, some different ways to cut it, different ways to use it. So I have some samples that I started with a little bit different cut, and then I settled on this one, which I do believe I like better. Let's get rid of this watch. It always bangs on my glass mat, which I also dearly love. This is also available now for customers to purchase. And let me tell you, it is a pricey item, but it would last forever. It's not gonna go, it's not gonna get used up. And it also comes with, just step aside. It also comes with this, and you can use this for watercoloring, putting some Stampin' spots in here, cleaning your stamps, or cleaning your brushes. So that goes with it. And then it also has a nice little thin chamois. And you can see it's been well used, and it cleans the stamps. I like this thinner one, and this is our original scrubber that we have. but I really like this one that comes with the glass mat. All right. Okay, so I'm going to show you a card template for this if you want to do a screenshot of this. And this is, let me write on here, this is uh, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so that's what you want. And we're going to make a little mark on our designer paper, 3/4 of an inch down, and then another mark that is 3 3/4 on the right side, and a mark that is 2.5 inches in from the left side. And then that gets cut with your paper trimmer. This is your DSP. This piece in the middle, figure out that you can use it for something else. I will show you another sample that I did where I did use this in the center. And then that's your card. And then we're going to decorate it with some of those birds. So take a quick screenshot or write down those directions. So 3/4 down, 3 3/4 down, 2.5 over, and then we'll line those points up and cut that. Then this part, I'm just going to put an X there because for this card design, we're not actually going to use this. But it is still useful. I wouldn't throw it away. Okay, I'll show that again at the end for anybody who might join late. So let's get my ruler here, and kind of need my glasses for this, and watch my head. Okay, I am using an erasable pen. If you've never seen these, oh my goodness, because I have trouble keeping pencils around and also keeping them sharp. So I'm using an erasable pen. It's from Frixon, Frixon, and there are different ones. Does it show it on here? Yeah, Frixon. It's from Pilot. So 3/4 of an inch down from the edge. So that takes me right there. Then I can erase that mark. And then 3 3/4 on this side. So 1, 2, 3 3/4. And then 2.5 over. Okay. So now I want to grab my paper trimmer. And then you line up this point and then just swing your paper around so that this point will also align in the track of your trimmer. So we have that, and there's just a little bit there. I can erase that away if I need to. And then keep this point in your track and slide this over to the point that was 2.5 inches over. And if it slips, just move it back. And just a tip, let me get my cutting blade kind of here in the middle. If you're starting with a real point here, sometimes your paper will tear. If you're going to start it right here or pull it up here, it'll tear. If you put your cutting blade in the center of your paper and go both directions, you're not going to get that tearing up here. Okay, so this is the part that we're not going to keep for now, but I'm not going to throw it away either, so just set it aside. That's the problem, I don't throw things away. Oh my goodness, let's take the glasses off here, see if I can proceed without them. So I hope you've had a good rest of last week and beginning of this week. We had a tinge of rain yesterday. We do need the rain. I know we just hate to have it on the weekends. Okay, so back to this pen. Here's an eraser on the end. And I'm just going to take that off. I don't think it's even visible. Now, I had just, as I said, started playing around with this paper. So this card is kind of like stamping on the fly, because I was playing around with a lot of other DSPs earlier. And then I know last week I had talked about perhaps doing something with Christmas. So I thought, oh, this is the perfect one to start with. Okay, so that's the way it's going to go together. So before I glue that on there, let me hold that up so you can see what we have here. And then this is the part that goes out. Now you can see that I can't turn this over and use it because it would need to be a mirror image, and that's what I'm going to show you in one of the other samples that I did. So let's get some glue going here. And you just line that up with the basic white because it's the same size. And then this will align right there like that. So it's a pretty easy card design to put together, and kind of is elegant. It's a little bit different, but it's easy. You could cut a bunch of those, have them ready to go. There's room here for sentiment. So let's get that glued down. I always manage to get some glue on my fingers. Okay, so that looks pretty good there. And let's just kind of see how this is going to play out, because I'm not really sure. I think I'll probably go with the bigger birds and maybe put one of these on the inside. And there's my stamp. I mounted the sending thanks and much love on here. That's what I'm going to stamp on the sentiment here. But I'm just going to put sending thanks if I want this to just be a general thank you card. And I'm going to use my Memento black, and I can get that pretty close and isolate this part so that I don't use it, because I don't want to say "and much love." And if you're not sure that you're going to be able to do that easily, put a Post-it note over there. But this one's pretty easy to figure out. Okay. And that fits right there. One nice thing about this glass mat is it gives you a great stamping surface. You wouldn't think that it would, being so hard. It's especially nice with the photopolymer. Okay, it's a little on the crooked side, sorry about that, but I think that will work. And let's get the glue off my fingers. I found the best thing to do that is to keep some, I'll grab it here, hand sanitizer. And that cleans my fingers. It also is good for cleaning your stamping blocks too. It's great for that. Okay, so there we have our sending thanks. And we're going to put that bird there. And I think he should be popped up. Time to grab another pack of Stampin' Dimensionals. I got this all the way down to the edge here. That's why we use all these little pieces. And let's cut a thin strip for the edge of this tail. Okay. I think that'll work. That's a lot of dimensionals on there. That's kind of a big die cut there too. And okay, they're all shiny, so I think I got them all off of there. I want to be able to cover up that point up there, so that's why I'm being a little bit more cautious about where I'm putting the bird, or in this case, the birds. Okay. And now this is going to go on the piece of Pool Party. there we go. It makes a beautiful thank you card. There's also a thinking of you always here. A friend like you brings me happiness. So it's got some good sentiments in this stamp set. Now we need some bling. And I'm just going to use some basic pearls today. Haven't used those in a while. Let's just use some tiny ones. And let's see, let's put one here. Oh, where'd we go? Here we go. I don't think I got the, let's put that one back. I did not get the glue dot underneath, so you want to make sure you get the glue dot when you pull those off. All right. Thanks, Shirley. It was fun. Wait till you see some of the samples I've got. They're kind of funky. So we got 3. Let's do 2 more. So here we've got a little triangle. And let's put one on this bird's eye. How about that? All right. And my other favorite thing to do is to do the spatter with the Wink of Stella and my bone folder. And it's just enough to get some spattering of sparkle on there. And then let's add some sparkle to the berries. Okay, now I would put a piece of basic white on the inside, but for now, that is it. Let me show you the samples. Put a few other things away here. I did have fun making these, and a couple of them are with the other, it had a different cut, but I like this one better. I really like this one. So there's today. This was actually the first one that I made this morning. And this is with the, what's this called? This is with the Frames and Flowers Designer Series paper. It's specialty paper because it has die cuts in it. It's not just designer paper. And I've used this before. Love it. But I have all of the little die cuts put in a stamp case. So that's a birthday card. This one was a little bit different where there is a break between the top and then this bottom part. So if you go to Pinterest and look for split cards, you will find a lot of different designs that different people have done. So I just kind of modified and used what I thought was working best for me. So this is wishing you the happiest birthday. Here's another one with that paper, thinking of you. And the thinking of you is from, what stamp set did I use that with? I must have put it away. Just has some basic sentiments on it. So those two kind of go together. And then this was one where I did use both pieces, and this is the center part. And this was a little bit different design where it has that split in between. And when you do that and you want to have the center part So you can see that I've got this here with this piece in the center, and then this with this piece in the center. And when you do that, you need to put your papers together and mirror them and cut them together so that this part will fit in there. Does that, hopefully that makes sense. Maybe I'll redo that next week and explain it a little bit better. So when you take your pieces of paper, put them together so that you have the same design facing each other, and then cut it that way and get your cuts. And then you just flip them to get that design. So that's how those came together, with some die cuts in the center. Because basically there was too much detail here to be able to stamp on the middle part. And then this was my last one, that funky little, looks like a hippie card with that paper that I absolutely love with all the colors. Ran it through the embossing folder and then put it on a piece of Granny Apple Green. And the hip hip hooray and the little flowers come from one of the ephemera packs that we have. Those are so much fun, and there's so many things in there that you can pull and put together. So there are our split cards for today, and this is the template again that I used if you didn't get that at the beginning or if you joined late. 3/4 down, 3 3/4 over here, and 2 1/2 here, and then just join those to get that center part. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll go make some of these and let me know next week. And I will see you next week. Let's see, what's that going to be, like the 22nd of July? So it's going to be August soon. Thanks, Rose. Glad you liked it. Now go make some. So I will see you next week. Thanks so much for joining. Take care. Bye-bye.